The Jersey Devil has been one of those lost monsters that you always hear about, but never really quite understand. I mean, if I say Bigfoot, you will either think beef jerky or monster trucks. Both are pretty badass. I mean, let's get real here for a second. You might know more about the Chupacabra than you would the Jersey Devil. Well, all that's going to change with this week's movie, The 13th Child. Our eyes are assaulted by this insanely animated title logo. I mean, damn. We say mental patient watching a show about paranormal monsters. This one happens to be featuring, hell, you can probably figure it out by now.
The Jersey Devil.
We then see this spider run across the floor. Foreshadowing. He tells everyone that they don't know anything about the Jersey Devil. He then proceeds to do one of the meanest things ever.
You gotta get... Here, take it back, you little ninny. Hey, come on now, come on.
Meanwhile, oh god, are you kidding me? Are we doing this as a flashback film? We're introduced to Catherine, played by Michelle Mark, who is sent to investigate a series of murders in the Jersey Pine Barrens.
The Jersey Devil? Come on, you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
We're then introduced to a side story where we learn about a character named Riley. Apparently he was present when the District Attorney Murphy's father was killed in the woods while out searching for an unknown killer. Cut to this random hunter dragging a deer through the woods. I mean, let's get serious here for a second. If I had to kill, gut, and drag a deer through the woods, I'd probably look pretty pissed off too. To celebrate a successful day in the woods, he drinks a beer and smokes a joint. Tastes like freedom. Shit, even at this point, the car is faded. He wakes a few hours later to find, oh damn!
Here you go.
We cut back to Catherine, who meets up with two local forest rangers, Ron and Mitch. And then, for some reason, this happens?
Yes, that's Eminem to all my friends.
Oh, no way, because all my friends call me Lil' Kim.
Race humor. Ron and Mitch show Catherine the dead body they found on the side of a river. Jesus Christ, they're way too f***ing calm to be doing this right now. Inside the dead body, they find a claw, because we have to keep moving the story along somehow, folks. While everyone's driving to the next plot point, the cops are wondering what could have... Jesus Christ! Are you telling me they couldn't see this from the road? It's like 30 feet away! The group heads to the house of Mr. Shroud and break literally every kind of law by walking on this man's property without a search warrant. The two rangers decide to head out while Catherine stays behind, because it's a great idea to leave someone behind at a supposed suspect's house.
I tell you, I really like the idea of a white man driving me around.
Are you kidding me with this right now? Who in the world signed off on that piece of dialogue? Cut back to Riley screaming for his bones that the nurses took away from him earlier. Riley's saying that the bones are the only thing protecting him from the Jersey Devil. I really don't know what the hell is happening here, but it's easy to see the dialogue is not matching up with what he's saying.
Jonesy, you got the bones of the Indian ancestors, the ancients, man. Go look at them, man. Go look.
We go back to Catherine, who notices that her card is missing. She walks into Stroud's home because formalities, I guess. She sees Stroud in his study, who then proceeds to show how smart he is.
Presume. Interesting word. To take upon oneself without warrant or leave. To assume oftentimes incorrectly.
Yes, you might say that.
Mr. Webster says that, Miss Tatum.
Fine, whatever Mr. Webster says.
I suggest we take Mr. Webster as the final authority, Miss Tatum.
God, this guy comes off like a giant dick. This convo goes on for a while. Hey, are you looking at your lines off camera?
I consider myself a visionary, with no conceptual or disciplinary borders.
I think you are. Catherine asks him about the claw, and yeah, this shit's not weird or anything. I think I heard a rattlesnake earlier. Be right back. Shroud invites Catherine to stay the night, and then this happens. Dear God, why in the hell are you still in this house? Catherine walks around Dr. Shroud's house and finds an identical claw to the one they found in the body down by the river. The trio eventually meets up at the coroner's office in order to get the DNA of the two claws analyzed. Coming to find out, they're an exact match of each other. Mitch decides to head back to Shroud's in order to see why he was lying about the other claw. Seriously, if you haven't figured it out yet, this spider means bad shit is about to happen. Mitch walks into the cabin all by himself, with no backup. This is going to be awesome. Hey man, this is odd. I wonder why all these deers are hanging around. Man, it's a good thing I came. Oh my god! Ron and Catherine return to confront Mr. Shroud, who then proceeds to give them a quasi-burn.
You've invaded my home. You've invaded my space. You've impeded my studies. And I suggest, Miss Tatum, that you go back to your black holes of civilization, your goddamn godforsaken city.
They then leave to find this trail of blood leading to the cabin. Gee, I wonder what we'll find at the end of this. And yep, he's dead. Catherine then utters the smartest line in the entire movie.
Shouldn't we call for backup?
You call. That damn thing's out there. I'm gonna kill it.
Are you f***ing kidding me? What the hell do you think that dart gun is gonna do that 6 bullets can't? The two head down to a cellar after hearing a noise, with no way out. Shit is about to get real.
What's that? Oh my God!
Ron is killed and Catherine makes a run for it. She is then confronted by the Jersey Devil, who apparently has a whole bucket of KFC original recipe on his chest. Shroud then appears and tries to show how smart he is again.
Well, Catherine, how would Mr. Webster describe this situation?
Seriously, this guy is a dick. It is revealed that Shroud is some sort of shaman who's been alive for over 200 years, and Bruno is the Jersey Devil, who also happens to be his brother. Riley then arrives in the nick of time and shoots Shroud, which in turn hurts the devil. Wait, I think I've seen this somewhere before. Shroud orders a retreat and he and the Jersey Devil disappear in a vat of blood. Brutal. We then finally catch up to present day as Catherine calls the DA to tell her that Riley isn't crazy and that he is in danger. Riley starts to freak out when he sees the spider piss maple syrup. This is actually kind of badass and terrifying. This guy is screaming bloody murder, and where the hell is security? Shroud then walks out to some badass theme music and the movie quietly ends. This movie, I think, was made 15 to 20 years too late. If this movie was made in the late 80s or 90s, it would have been perfect, but in the 2000s, I just don't think it fit. The constant flashbacks didn't flow well, and to be honest, it distracted me from the film as a whole. Now, I must say, there were some pretty cool scenes of the monster in this film. The outside truck shot and the devil emerging from the pool of blood was pretty cool, but the minute you put that creature in bright light, it looks pretty much like ass. On the DVD, it has the bare bone features, and that it says that there's a making of featurette, but it's really not. I mean, it's more like a news segment to give you more info on the Jersey Devil legend than actual production of the movie. During the credits, we see a title card coming up that says 13th Child, The Legend of the Jersey Devil, Volume 1, implying that there were supposed to be more movies in this series, but it's been about 13 years since the film was released. And I think it's safe to say that Mr. Shroud is not going to worry about anyone spilling the secrets of the Jersey Devil. Thank you for checking out this video, guys. If you would like to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.